You go out on a first date with a guy and he's already touching you, he's already making advances at you. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Impact_favor, and I film about faith, purposeful living and lifestyle. So today's video, we are going to be talking on something very crucial, annoying, but highly sensitive. So what am I talking about? Let's jump right into the video. So guys, today we're going to be talking about abuse, and for some reasons some people are just victims of this abuse. That's all I can say. We're talking about abuse. Abuse can simply be defined as the use of something in a wrong or violent manner. So when you're using something wrongly or you're using something violently, that is abuse. And we have many instances of this, like drug abuse. When you use drugs wrongly, not based on doctor's prescription, they are all abuse. You're abusing the drug, you're abusing the reason why it was given to you or why it was created. Yes, so abuse can be said to be the use of something wrong. Abuse can also be said to be the use of rude and offensive remark when someone is very angry. Yes, when someone is very angry, using offensive and rude remarks can also be said to be abuse. We have two types of abuse. We have physical abuse and we also have emotional abuse. Talking about physical abuse, this can be said to be when physical contact is involved. Yes, it has to do with physical combat, when there is a direct contact with the body. It's called physical abuse. And this kind of abuse is way too obvious for anyone to choose to remain in such relationship, in such circle, in such space. It's very glaring for anyone to choose to remain in such circle. Instances of physical abuse, we have like slapping, beating, hitting. Anything that has to do with the direct touch with the body is physical abuse. Yes. Then emotional abuse has to do with hidden walls against the psychological state of a being. Yes, they are hidden walls, WARS, because we don't see them, but we only feel their repercussions. So they are hidden walls against our psychological and emotional state. So a situation whereby I can't see this, but I feel the negative energy that it leaves me with, it is what? Emotional abuse. Instances of emotional abuse: 1, disrespectful statements. Disrespectful statement, when someone make demeaning statements about you, that is an emotional abuse straight up. Like instances where someone tell you are good for nothing, you are cut out for destruction, there is nothing more to your life, you are just for less, and all those stuff. They are emotional abuse. Why? Because they leave you with negative energy, they leave you feeling down, they leave you feeling broken, they leave you feeling less of who you are. And that is what emotional abuse does. Emotional abuse are very subtle kind of abuses, but then their repercussions are outrageous, they are immense. So another instance of emotional abuse is devaluing your opinion or not even regarding your opinion. So in a situation whereby people don't even regard your opinion, you may be talking and someone like, hush, what she even saying, please, we don't. That is emotional abuse, because everybody wants to be heard, everybody love feeling valued. So in a situation whereby someone is constantly looking down on you in regards to your opinion, anytime you say something, the person is like, you never have a point. That is emotional abuse, because it drains you psychologically. Another instance of emotional abuse is making jests or mockery of you in public. Guys, this is very common in friendship. When someone make mockery of you or jest of you in the public, in front of everyone, come on. That is emotional abuse. Most time, why this is even more saddening is because most of the time they are our friends, and so maybe in our discussions I've once told you how insecure this thing makes me feel, and in all your wisdom, in quotes, you deem it fit to bring it up in the presence of everybody. Seriously, guy, just in front of everybody? Come on, that is not. Run, just run. Like, it's a major flag. It is just simply an emotional abuse. If you don't know what it is, let me tell you for free, that's an emotional abuse, because it ends up draining you psychologically, emotionally, and you are left feeling like a nobody, and nobody wants to feel like a nobody. You see what I did there? Nobody wants to feel like a nobody. So abuse is not good. Let's try at all costs to defeat every idea of abuse in our mind, in our hearts, in whatsoever way. We'll be talking about how to avoid this abuse. This abuse I'm talking about is not just only in relationship aspects or in marriage, it's general. I'm talking about abuse in the workplace, because trust me, some people are being abused in their place of work. Abuse in the workplace, abuse in the marketplace. Some people are abused in the markets, guys. And I think in market we have a whole lot of them, because market is a place where different kind of people meet, both those are normal and those are not normal, in quotes. Yes, a whole lot of people meet in market, and a lot of time in gatherings like that, there are a whole lot of projection of insecurities, and everybody's projecting their harmful upbringing towards another person, thereby creating I wanted to say drug abuse, thereby creating emotional and physical abuse. Even how did I forget my student? Even students, some people are abused as a student, maybe abused by their lecturers. Students are being abused. Marriages, this abuse has eaten down into our society. How can we avoid this abuse? Number one is discover who you are. Self-discovery. I'm sure you saw it coming, guys, because you can't talk about abuse without talking about self-discovering. Until you discover who you are, you will not know when you are being maltreated or when you are being abused. It's until you know whom you are, you know how valuable you are, how precious you are as a person, how important you are as a person, then you know when I smell abuse in some sort. And when you smell abuse, what do? You shun it immediately. Second on the list is teach people how to treat you. In other words, be the first to introduce yourself to the public. Be the first to introduce yourself to the public. Teach people how to treat you. A lot of times, people think that standing up for what they want or what they can't tolerate is being proud, boastful, arrogant, rude. No. It is the way you stand up for that suggests these things I just listed out. But there is nothing bad, and I say this especially in Christians. So most of the time we want to be like Christ, right? And we want to be that all-loving and born-again sister or brother that everybody will be like, she's a cool person, she's a nice person, she's an easygoing person. And at the end of the day, they end up taking you as trash. Yes, even those people that do say that, they end up taking you as trash because they know that after they finish treating you, they get along with the title of she's a nice person, she's a Jesus kind of girl, and all this stuff. There is nothing wrong in standing up for yourself. Don't always be at the receiving end or at the defending end, or you're just dormant, and then a lot of time people just project how they feel they want to treat you to you. They just introduce your youth to you. I feel you understand what I'm talking about. So a lot of times we just close our mouths, and someone comes and yell at you or say provocative things to you because you want to be nice. You sit in and they're just being nice, not saying anything, not doing anything. Not that you will create a scene, but there is nothing wrong in saying, excuse me, am I the one that all those are directed at? Please, I don't appreciate that. Or please, let's be guided with your words. Those words are hurtful and I don't accept that in any way. It may not really be anticipating or looking out for them to apologize to you, but then you have passed a message across that the right person will grasp that, for the record, this thing is not acceptable as far as this person is concerned. So next time, I'm not going to pull this kind of trigger again. So most of the time, we should try to stand up for what we know. There's nothing wrong in telling someone the way you acted, I was not pleased. It was offensive, and I wouldn't take that in terms of next time. Let me tell you, psychology says every behavior is learned and can be unlearned. So it's what you feed their minds on that they reproduce. Anything that is being motivated has tendency to reproduce. So if you motivate, maybe they're even making jest of you and it's paining you and you're laughing. It was before that maybe if you say something, I don't want to spoil the joke, I want everybody to go with the joke and all that, and then I'll just close my mouth maybe later, or I'll even carry it in my heart and I'll be harboring it. I don't have that time now. My heart's supposed to be a brooding place for the Holy Spirit, so I don't have energies to start storing anything to my heart. If what you say hurts me, I'm hushing that joke right there and I'm telling you, please, I don't like the joke. In case of next time, just know that favor is not accepting this, I don't like it, and take corrections. So that is it. So teach people how to treat you. Especially to my ladies, you go out on a first date with a guy and he's already touching you, he's already making advances at you. Come on, what does that imply? It implies a whole lot, and I feel sad when I see ladies make this kind of mistake on your first date already, and he's already all over you, asking you rubbish questions, asking you questions that don't really matter, even if they matter not even at this time that we are just getting to know ourselves. Please, you deserve better. Just politely convey your message. I don't accept this. This is not my value. Have a way to pull it aside. Just help us and pull it aside. Yes. Also, another way to avoid this abuse, be it physically or emotionally, is being financially empowered. I'm sure you saw this coming, because talking about financial empowerment and abuse, it goes hand in hand. Most of the time, people hardly and sadly leave an abusive relationship, be it workplace, be it market space, be it relationship, be it friendship, because of the benefit they stand to gain from that relationship. And guys, this is sad, because anything that drains you emotionally, physically, mentally, it's really a toxic space to stay in. And you say that because they earn their source of livelihood in that sphere, in that place, they just feel so adamant to leave. They feel so reluctant to leave that vicinity. Abuse is not even something you have to give a chance of day before taking action. But because of that, where will I eat tomorrow? Who will buy this for me tomorrow? Who will I don't have money now, I don't have anything to do now, this and that. They end up being in that toxic space. Be financially empowered, guys. So if you're financially empowered, both as a lady, both as a guy, both as a man, it reduces the, not that it will not come, because I cannot be, some people are just generally not normal. No, I don't tell that it's not going to come, but then it reduces the chances of you being abused, because everybody knows your value, and your value is not in your financial assets, but then it's in your skills. It's not just limited to only the money aspect. It also goes beyond the person behind those financial assets. Another way to avoid abuse is treating others how you want to be treated. What does the golden rule state? Do to others what you want others to do to you. Final. The way you treat other people, and it's not just about class or status. As little as even that cleaner, even that person that is serving in the restaurant, even that child, because most of the time we overlook that children are also human beings, and you treat them anyhow. You treat them anyhow like they are not human beings. But children are human beings, and trust me, even children, they suffer their own child abuse. Nobody is impressed by how proud or boastful or arrogant, rude or mean you are, but you attract respect based on how you respect others. So when you treat others in a polite and in a kind way, people in turn will treat you in a polite and in a kind way. because you reap what you sow. Another way to avoid this abuse you're talking about is committing your ways to the Lord. Trust me, guys, there are people that have done everything I've said here, step by step, precept by precept, but unfortunately they are still in this mix, in this fix. We are really sorry about that. But then in everything that we do, we should just commit our ways to the Lord, because it's only Him that orders the footstep of the righteous. He's the only one that can order your footstep, and trust me, every leading of God is always right. So just order your footstep to God's hands, order your conversation, your socialization process into God's hands. Because the truth is that sometimes, generally, there's some people that are not normal, especially in this country. You'll be like, why is this person behaving like this? So it is only God that will give you the wisdom on how to avoid that situation, and also what to do at that point in time. It's just God that will just help you in that particular aspect. So just commit your ways to God's hands. When someone make a derogatory verbal, when someone verbal, be it physically, be it emotionally, is another way to avoid this abuse you're talking about, be it financially. Another way to avoid this abuse, Jesus Christ, help God help me to do. Another way to avoid your encounters with people, God, you should stop now. So just order your footstep.